and go. But stand strong, you can pass through it. I want to share a story of what happened to me 2 years ago. But I'm going to relate this story to the story of a young girl named Retasi. Coincidentally, I'm also named Retasi. Retasi was a young woman trapped under the weight of tradition.
Correct motions of them and then give it to you for round one, and for the last round, that's the final round. In between, we are going to be having exclusively impromptu motions. Those are motions you didn't prepare for, but we shall give you ample correct time to be able to prepare for the same, and that is 10 minutes. So that's what's going to happen. And then finally, I think, to conclude before I start inviting questions, okay, so round one and round two are going to be open rounds, where if the round
we belong, we are proud. We belong to you. We belong, we rejoice and we dance. We belong to you. Like the birds in the air, we sway and we dance. Fearless and focused, like the birds in the sky.
supports labor exploitation as a primary export industry for African countries. What do you understand by this motion? Labor exploitation simply means a national policy that trains and sends workers abroad as a key income source. Then primary export industry implies it becomes top government strategy over minerals or coffee, among others. Now, we are setting our debate tonight in Uganda because Uganda is one of the developing countries that Africa has. Now, what do we see in Uganda today? We see that over 1,600 Ugandans work in the Middle East despite the exploitative atmosphere, and this report was given in 2020. And this report was given by the Uganda domestic and casual workers abroad. Then we also see that Uganda work on the industrial sector. But what are we saying as this government? We are saying that we are going to use this same money we're going to get from the exploitation of the labor in order to develop our own home country, which is going to also lead to economic development. And when the economic development takes place, what is going to happen? We are going to see that we are going to have a higher GDP, and it's going to increase the rate at which Uganda actually borrows money from countries outside. Apparently, when we see that status quo, Uganda borrows a lot of money from other countries in order to solve in order to complete its budget. So we want to fight this problem. The opposition have a principle to come and have a budget to come and prove to us. I'm asking, how much money is there from the labor export? The money going to be made is going to be worth more than $1 billion US. Thank you. What's the Ugandan GDP? The current GDP is actually 80%, or the country is only able to provide 80% of the GDP. How much debt is Uganda? It's quite a lot, but it's more than 20%. More than 20%. Actually, that's more. Thank you.
That labor exploitation and the primary export industry should be growth in African countries. It did not clearly tell us how labor exploitation is involvement in, and did not explain labor exploitation, and did not give us examples and the countries which promote labor exploitation in the country. They did not frame that skilled labor should involve such as engineers and professionals in the country like Africa, like Uganda. They only gave us examples of the existing primary export industry, and they gave us one example of Uganda, and they failed to give the budget of the country. We are estimating negative. We are giving the August House the existing policy and the regulatory framework governing the labor exploitation. In Africa, revised migration policy framework from Africa and action plan 2018 to 2030 start on the labor exploitation. There was a clearly stated that labor exploitation drains Africa's economy and promotes corruption through the funds and revenue provided by the percentage of revenue which is bulky, and the leaders of Africa says that's an advantage because it's the exported labor bringing, and the side effects are not seen in the country, which is killing the country downwardly. African countries which involved with the labor exploitation, they were trying to convince us that we should accept labor exploitation in Africa, but they did not give us African countries apart from their own country that involved in labor exploitation. We want to correct them and give them the examples like Nigeria. Nigeria has programs such as the NATCH project, which aim to match young Nigerian graduates with job opportunities. These projects were exported to USA and they were misused and their rights were abused. So they were deported back and they came back to Nigeria as a disadvantage of the actions of the government, and right the government is regretting that. Methods of explain for us the methods of exploitation directly through government agencies and registered private companies, and government and the registered private companies are there.
It cannot happen, so they should understand that. What again we hear from them, they ask us whether I need our GDP. We tell them that it's over 1 billion, and they fail to understand that. They also talk about that labor exploitation causes a lot of brain drain, and it weakens the labor development. But that is just a minor issue. It cannot cause labor drain because as a family, we are not going to sit down and send all our experts
Why? Explain.
Why I should explain? Because it's not a vote, but it is a vote.
Okay. I got the answer. You were talking about votes and you mentioned the votes. Do you believe that funds for Uganda's budget have no percentage from level exportation? Do you believe that funds from Uganda's budget have no percentage from level exportation?
You are behind news. Uganda exportation brings a lot of income in
No,
Uganda.
yes or no?
Yes.
But clearly, you can clearly notice that what you have presented to us is actually something more like a dream that's not clearly understood by everyone. That's something that we have come to clarify everything. We did ask them how much money is Uganda making from this level export, but they didn't give us an answer. We also posed the question to them, like, how much is Uganda's debt? They are still confused. They do not know that debt of Uganda. And I would like to pose this question: what is the statistics of unemployment of Uganda currently in the country? That's something I'll need a response from them. And they came and talked of having level exportation as a key income source. But clearly, in the status quo, level exportation is just a by the way of Uganda's economy. We have things to do with agriculture, we things have to do with mineral processing. These are the major income earners of Uganda and tourism. If we focus on those things, don't you think we shall grow Uganda's GDP? And that's something they do not know. They came and talked of Uganda's GDP being at 80%. No, Uganda's GDP actually grew by 6% from last year. And the figure was $158 billion. That's the clear statistic. And they clearly came on top, they came talking about regulatory bodies. Entebbe is not a regulatory body. It's just an airport. I don't understand how does Entebbe ensure the safety of our people, of our workers, because Entebbe is just a pathway that these people use to move to those outside countries. So we shall still live in a doubt that if our workers are taken out, they are going to face things to do with brain drain. Because you realize that there are many students in Uganda who graduate, but what happens next? There is unemployment. We understand that there is unemployment in the country. If the government can focus on creating more jobs in the country by focusing in the different sectors of the economy, like agriculture, industries, and so many others, don't you think we shall sort out this issue here? Then we shall sort out. Because if we take a health professional, a surgeon to USA, to Canada, all the way from this country that are talking of, don't you think this doctor here will render a better service to his man people here in Uganda? This doctor here will help this fellow because this doctor will add a living. So we don't agree with the fact that these people should be taken out. No, it rather need to brain drain, because realize that they are sources like the data. There are some professionals. Hey, now that people are taken out at the end, they are stopped because
rivers that will fish, and people live in the rhythm of nature. But all of a sudden, the wind broke. Floods swallowed rivers, drought scorched the soil, and there was Prisca, the mother to Peter, Tony, and Togo. She lost her farm to rising waters. Her field was buried and her house crumbled. She collected her children, and the rest of days with no food, no future. They walked through mud, hunger, and heat until one day they reached the camp, moving along across the border of Uganda and South Sudan. The challenges continued. Long lines for water, several circles, and a never-ending wait. But still, Prisca instilled good morals in her children and the hope of returning home one day. Prisca and her children were among the hundreds of climate refugees, not fleeing from war, but a broken home. Their journey was hushed by their spirits in Judah. When land turned against them, they carried home in their hands. Land has done the what it could to them, but they stood strong with the hope that one day they will go back. They slept outside in cold air with the dream that one day they will be sleeping on their beds Please are a true example of the proverb that says, when the roots are deep, there is no need to fear the wind. They face obstacles, and today they have just to stand and fulfill that dream of making their home a better place. This is our home, our is our home, and we have nowhere else to go. For an errand, the rain slowed me down, and my aunt insisted I stay for the night. There is no use being brave if you got washed away, my aunt said. That night, I was enjoying the peace at my auntie's house. Last night, that my voice. When I returned, my village, gone. My family, gone.
We were young, so the people are moved from some of the most vulnerable areas.
But still,
relocations.
the rivers, stand under the layers of the mud. They change. When the roots are cut, the trees fall. I thought I had fallen. But still, strangers came and rescued me, gave me hope and a new home in a distant land. In the car, people look at us like shadows, lines of food and aging. Strangers called us names I won't repeat. Life was hard and hope was as water through the sea. But still, I remember my auntie's words. 4, 7 nights and birds of 8. We go to work, like washing clothes, laying bricks, and everything to survive. At last, we went back to school. Then we walked until our days visited. Every day was a fight to eat, to survive, and to matter. Resilience was not a choice. Resilience was not a choice. But still, when right now I hear cities crying for rain, I remember nature doesn't ask permission in order to change your life, but I am still here. Because even woods still back and I am the spark.
The next part.
A chair who comes with their heads, once even taller than their shadows. I was just 13 years old when I told my father that I will become a doctor. I will build hospitals here. He looked at me and smiled. The dream was not double, for dream was not only life in hopes. That farm was our heartbeats. The rain came like music and we danced in the mud. The maize flew taller, as if it also had a dream. But the rain stopped coming. That farm that kept our family life was there. The veins cracked like broken promises. We tried everything. We dug deeper and we were praying harder. We waited for longer. But hunger still came. Not as a neighbor this time. Not even as a visitor this time. That day, when my father came back from the market and had nothing in his hand, I knew it. He did not tell me that I knew that my drink had dried up in that river. And when the roots and the overfed water, then the leaves must say goodbye. We had to leave our homes. It wasn't what we wanted to, but still wanting us. We became climate refuge. We were moving into the land that did our needs and meets our place. I remember last morning, and when I looked back at the land that the once fed us, I saw the rising sun, but it was meant to just say goodbye. In that very land, people looked at us like broken things. We were given food, shelter, but not our belongings. But when a tree starts down, it's not feeling far. It's waiting for its right time, and so rose. My mother started teaching the kids how to plant vegetables in plastic tins, and my father began planting trees. And I picked a piece of our broken story. Because if we can lose everything and still stand, then we are not weak. Even when the dream wins, it can never die. Fire can burn the hearts, but not the monster in the cherished lights. Dear friends, climate change is not a powerful science. It's a thing it stole my life and future by the greatest fucking happiness. But it can never steal my voice. I will still stand strong. I am just one girl with my dream, and I still see that feeling that I thought of beauty. So we are the children. I buried my son with my mother. Some future was not stolen by not by anything, but by corruption. One day the mother walked out so far. When I rushed to my mother, she told me that the world we're living in is a crazy world. So make sure you do honest things. Do the right thing even though what's watching you. I didn't know it was my mother's last word. Then one day, my mother was inside the old day. And the following morning, I went to my mother's bedroom. I got where my mother had taken poison. Mother committed suicide. I thought it too late. Not because of God, but because of corruption. So how many souls are outside there? How many dreams shall we bury? Let us change the system and kill the fire before it comes to spark. So we have the vote. Passion is for themselves. That compassion is weakness. I believe that too. Not so deep inside me, but just to survive. For about a year ago, when I was working in the civic procurement office, our job officially was to allocate vital resources like water, energy, and medical supplies. And officially, we diverted them to the influential, the compliant, and the highest bidders. One day, I fell loose to my desk. A young boy named Kyle. He was suffering from an aggressive form of respiratory disease, treatable by a specific, expensive oxygenator, of which our system has no units for. My supervisor told me, stamp this file, this small, suffering face. And I saw my own heartbeat. For the first time in a long time, I felt a tear beyond fear. Of course, I didn't expose the governor's office, nor did I storm the whole system. I did something small, something almost invisible. I phoned the execute code meant for emergency research, and I transferred only a mark did not hear about Kai again directly. About 3 weeks later, I was moving around for a routine supervision. I saw Kai playing with a red kite soaring above him. On a closer look, he was actually not playing. He was helping an old woman shift from a first flask of tea. The old woman could barely hold himself. The sight hit me like a physical blow. That boy who had nothing, who almost lost everything, just to extend kindness. Why? Because our signature is not self-interest. In this connection, neuroscientific research shows that the act of altruism and the act of giving does not only help others, but it also activates the brain's reward center. We are literally made for connection and compassion. I had another friend who was actually my sister. She was named Arua. One time, it was during the exam period. Consulate fell sick. We were to sit for an English paper, and the teacher said that no one would take that paper. So they went to call consulate. When they went consulate stood at the door. Instead of entering the exam room, she stood and she was looking at people. And Arua, my so-called sister, and her gang of mischievous children started laughing at consulate. That pierced me in the heart as if I was being pricked by a tiny knife. Then one day, Arua also fell sick. No one wanted to help her. Even her mischievous friends refused to help her. I was the only person who took up her time to go help her because she was her sister. I went to Arua and helped her. She was like, Media, thank you. Then I was like, you should never do whatever you did to consulate again. She was like, what did I do? Remember the other time when we were to sit for an English paper and you guys were laughing at Arua at consulate? She was like, I'm sorry for that. I won't do it again. Then I was like, you better not. Otherwise, you are going to lose me as a sister. Then she went to consulate and apologized. She was like, Consulate, I'm sorry for whatever I did to you the other time. Consulate forgave her. And today, we are really good friends. You can go to my school, St. Thomas Aquinas College. Thank you.
It is an honor to stand here before you to present the new paradise of our motives. For a long time, the world has been experiencing an erosion in the rise of carbon dioxide and other harmful gases. I am the CEO of Arakun Automotives. I am the man behind the new technology of the flying cars. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to give you an overview of the new technology of the flying car. Ladies and gentlemen, statistics show that vehicle users use up to 30 minutes on roads trying to cross roads in urban areas. This has negatively impacted on people's lives, for time is money. And apart from that, traffic congestions are on the rise in urban areas. And there is need to address this problem. In a bid to end that problem, it's the best vehicle in the world as a job. Nobody has ever invented this. Allow me to take you through this. The MX has a pair of rotating wings that make it go fast through the air. It also has the ability to move both land and air with a fast speed of 200 kilometers in air and 150 kilometers in air. We have not forgotten your safety. Your safety is our priority. We have developed an alternative to substitute it. We have parakeets that will save your life in case of an emergency. This is one green light that shows you that we care about your safety in Arakun Automotives. It is electro-powered. It doesn't produce any kind of harmful gas. It is eco-friendly and it will lead to a sustainable environment once you start using it. It is really cheap. All classes of people can buy it. Our prices range from 150,000 US dollars up to 400. Our prices are not low because, not because the things, our product is bad. It is only because we want a cleaner environment to save our motherland. We are so devoted to saving our mother nature for planet Earth is dying. Thank you.
I saw my brothers right beside me, my fellow youth, silent but grieved. Or what could we do? My clueless Ugandans, greedy elites, cheering on and on and on, shamelessly. But no, I realized enough is enough. This is a mission we must lead. This is a mission to end our tension. As young people, we must rise together, oppose, and not tolerate. I say this for my country. I say this against any stand up and rise together. Together, we shall prosper.
Unfolds. Not of silk, bravery strikes, a peak of gold and bright. Its feathers stained with darkened light, and the crowd cheer. Nepotism glides, a serpent's eye. Its scars of favor, catching every eye. Connections whispered, ideas made in the dark, leaving justice and hope embark, and the crowd cheer. The audience watches a sea face of green. Government officials
documents so fine, fake contracts, ghost accounts, over invoicing, extortions, paying corruption when it's a daily grant for small federal, grant corruption when it's a high-tech game, they pay groomers. Your palm, your blazing sun, scorches hand, release power, blizzard power. When light clouds scatter, and the happy lights falling back. Release time, echoes the memories for days, and the jamborees wanted found out the history, lifeless to us. Still, unsatisfied by his moon, the monster examines the young trees in the wicked smile, crosses his lips, and raising out of Adam. Why do you call life with darkness? The nerves by name. I was one. My water streaming smooth enough with freshness. Egypt worship me. I was her life. The great you touch my roots in wonders of how beautiful I carry the path indeed. But my path dwelt in me, and the mighty crocodile stand at my banks. But look at me now. Chemicals invading my territories. Uganda, the life of the Nile is burning. And I still ask, how grateful sons of Adam, why do you pair life with darkness? Oh man, open your eyes before the past travels you. I have witnessed this nation become the part of Africa. Mr. Man, you have done your work and sold our pride. As foreigners now trade out of your existence for selfish investment. Wow, the floods beautify the streets of Kampala as bridges collapse, sweeping 1,000 lives alone. Oh, you can't see. God is a team and Arua more for both you and bull and bull. Can't tell me you cannot do that to Kulu. Mama, we are sorry. You haven't. It's time to fight. You're planting trees as a weapon. Together, we can suffocate this madness. Together, we can end this madness. Together, in unity, we can. Honesty. He was like a steady mango tree, firm and unshakable. One day, a merchant man approached Kato with a tempting offer to pay a blind eye to a black deal. Many will have bowed down to greed, but Kato, remembering the saying, a man is like a mirror. What you put in is what reflects back. He rejected the offer. His rejection was as sharp, like a spear piercing through the darkness. He said, honesty is the only way. People thought that he would change his mind, but he stood firm, like a spark in a dry grass. Small, but can ignite a change. Inspired by Kato's courage, the community started to understand that big things start from small. Now, I want to tell all of you that if we allow corruption to take root in our community, it will spray like fire in the bush, burn everything in its path. Now I stand here to remind all of you that the choice is yours, but we should not forget that our sayings are not just words. They are the roots that hold our morals upright. Thanks. God, people come and go, but stand strong, you can pass through it. I want to share a story of what happened to me 2 years ago, but I'm going to relate this story to the story of a young girl named Retasi. Coincidentally, I'm also named Retasi. Retasi was a young woman trapped under the weight of tradition. Her heart yearned for innovation, for color bolder than the mountain out trees sacrificed by the book. Letasi was tasked with the weaving of the ceremonial tapestry of our history, but one unfortunate day, a storm dribbled through our window, tearing down the ancestral tower and scattering its gears. Chimps went silent. Panic dribbled through our window because the town folks believed that without the tower, they were going to forget that tradition and the bloom would fade. Then, Chief Iko, the keeper of the Book of Customs, declared an emergency council where he said, "We must rebuild the tower exactly as it was, or our will be lost." But Chief Iko, the dust spoke up. Her voice trembled. A laugh struck in the room, and she said, "The old design is flawed. The gears are prone to jamming. We could use a new mechanism for a more efficient design." Gasps filled the room. Questioning tradition is healthy. But Letasi stood firm, and she said, "The bloom is not only about remembering the past, but it's about building a better future. If we can improve the tower, won't that be true happiness?" Her words struck a debate. Fearing change, others clinged on to the old way, while others, inspired by Letasi's courage, stood up and saw the potential for progress. Then a vote was declared, and the result was a tie. So Chief Iko said to Letasi, "The decision is yours to make. Choose wisely." Letasi looked at the tapestry she was waving. She looked at the faces of the town folks. She thought of the silent tower and the promises of the blue. And she said, "I vote accurate. If you have heard this story, then you have heard the story of the Letasi standing in front of you." Thank you. Members, that is what the elders in my village told me. This means that the one who causes the pain may move on, but the one who suffers carries the scar. And this is true, for I've seen it happen to my best friend Juma. Juma was the kind of a boy who could fix anything like radios. Juma had a big dream, and he once told me, "Super, you know what? I will build strong windows that not even poverty can break." Juma learned so hard using candle lights. Juma moved to school with torn shoes. Juma used stones as his classroom chairs. But at the end of it all, Juma topped his class. This earned him a scholarship at the university to study civil engineering. But you know what happened? When the bursary list came out, Juma's name was missing. Juma felt that a rural poor fisherman went to the county office to inquire what was wrong. The officer said, "Ha ha ha, it seems like you don't know the system in this country. With something small we can help. But we had nothing to give except honesty and our dreams." How many Jumas are outside there? How many destinies have been sealed in every enough to educate every child, to equip our hospitals? It's more than enough even to build the bridges that Juma always dreamt about. But we normalize it. We laugh when they eat our money. We even chat with them as long as they share. But at this point, my grandmother once told me that when you're dancing with a snake, don't be surprised that it bites you. And after 5 years, Juma did something very remarkable. Juma opened a training center for orphans and told them the little skill he had. And he always told the orphans, "They stole my chance, but I cannot stand and watch your chances being stolen. I will fight for you." Because even when the drum beat changes, the dancers even change their steps. We need a new rhythm, a rhythm where truth beats our title. We need a rhythm where merit speaks louder than money. We need a rhythm where employment opportunities not all about our connection, but all about qualification. And we need a rhythm where our honesty is not being punished, but it's being embraced. Because corruption may win money, but a good character wins a good legacy. Today I chose to be that tree that remembers. I chose to be that voice that will speak out. And I stand to be that citizen in our country that will stand. What do you choose? Thank you.
What's your name?
Super Brothers. Isn't that a proof enough to show that this girl is just trying to sell her dignity and more? Enough of this nonsense! I cannot sit here and watch this treachery and insults. I shouted. The opponent's lawyer said, "My lord, this young lady is destroying the court's gathering." The judge compassionately now replied to the lawyer, "Please, let's give this young lady a I looked at the judge and told him, "I know we look here like strangers, but I want you to imagine, just for a moment, if it was your sister or your own dad who had suffered this violence and rape." I was fuming with anger to an extent that I could no longer talk. Then I remembered the only way to fight for my distant relatives is not verbal communication. So I removed my phone and handed it over. The phone had the evidences of the event. That pain of watching my sister in a pool of blood, not dead, but under a man who feels what had given to an innocent. In the next court section, I saw a new lawyer in his side. Butterflies filled my tummy, and I knew finally the Lord has answered my prayer. And I was reminded, your voice, God said, but there's nothing about the Buddha who will be marching with the people of that was the woman who Amina was a brave girl. She wasn't a king, not a ruler, but a co-worker doctor. Amina stood up, very hard that morning. She went in the center of men and she climbed on top of the toilet floor. And she put down, for how long shall our people drink from the mighty water when he sleep on the bright crystals? And for how long shall our children wear those shoes when we tremble from all those shit? And for how long shall we sleep on our shoes in your crying? This reminded them, they can look up at the elephants. And the problem is that the proof is very good, but they can't do it. You can't break them. The people that lost, not violence, they don't break it. They can't break it more. But they can't break it at all. One person before the examination, students left the ground out. The child who cried his out against the mother. Just like the people of nation. You are not now. You are not me. You are many. One voice that will be a whisper, but it knows that you are full. You are